guys, remember we have no limits! Saiyans have no limits, obviously. You know, things have moved fast here. 5 days ago, we were all upset, even me. It's like, damn, like that worldwide kind of ended up not being too great. But I think that it seems like I don't want to say they're handling the sync well, because they did such a bad job with it for so long. But now that they're implementing it right now, they, to me, appear to be doing a very good job. This is a video where I just kind of want to wrap up. I did a data download video. There was a lot in there. I mean, a 30-minute data download video covering all this stuff. There's a huge amount of stuff. But then there's even a lot more still to cover. So, I want to try and cover this in multiple videos, but then have a video specifically for these things. So, number one, we have a huge thank you bonus is live right here. Now, it's going to be for global for sure once their maintenance ends, which real quick, let me just point this out. So the maintenance, of course, is on until 23 PST, so still a little bit longer. And then global, I think it's about 1 hour, right? And then global maintenance is going to be done. And we should get the final confirmation, although I'm already ready to call it. That's why one reason I'm making this video, we're going to talk about it. The new banner time for events and banners for global and JP seems like they changed it for both versions to make it more fair for both versions, and I 100% agree with it. I think it's a great decision. We'll get back to that in 2 seconds. So here's the rewarding bonus. I think my login bonus for today is mixed in with this. So we got a whole bunch. No box space, unfortunately. I mean, maybe a bit greedy of me, but, I would have obviously liked a little box space. So I did just want to accept that on video right there. Now, okay, let's go ahead and jump over. So we have the super thank you gift. And then, of course, so we get the thank you gift, and then the EZA for Gogeta and Janemba. Again, Gogeta and Janemba look like top 5 level characters in the game to me. Right now, we have, like, 11 characters in the game who I would dub top 5 level, but obviously there can't be 11 top 5 characters, right? But, like, it's like AGL UI and in Evolution Blue Vegeta, to me, are characters who are top 5 level. But they're now, like, in the top 10 LRs, they might be like 7 and 8 or something like that. So what do we got right here? So we have 20 stones. Okay. The huge Link skill balls is really quite nuts. That's a pretty, because those were rainbow Link skill balls, by the way. And then 5 Elder Kais. So it's 30 stones, 20 rainbow Link skill balls. Those are, that's level 10 Links. That's huge. And then 5 Elder Kais right there. So that's definitely very nice. Now, again, maintenance is going to be over in a bit. And then this is what I was referencing too. So let's take a look at this. Janemba and Gogeta, they're still part of the worldwide download celebration, which seems like technically is before the sync. So they come out at the normal time. That's the normal JP Dokkan time, 4 a.m. Eastern. Then, look at this. Then we move on to the characters who are, officially synced. Vegeta, Kui, Super EZA Full Power Frieza, who comes out next week, and the Namek Goku, and the Nail next week. They all come out at 1 a.m. That, I believe, is the new time for global and JP events. So, I think events and banners are going to be dropping at 1 a.m. Eastern for global and JP, is what it looks like is going to be happening. So, as I explained right here, this is an hour and a half earlier than the usual global time, which is 2:30 a.m. my time, right? And this is 3 hours earlier from the usual JP time, which is that 4 a.m. time right there. So, I guess 1 a.m. is where, like, they felt things were the best. To kind of mesh with things worldwide, right? Like, kind of like, because remember, Dokkan is a global game, not just players in Japan, not just players in the United States. We have countries everywhere. There's players everywhere, right? So, I mean, I think that everything should come out at the same time on both versions, right? But getting an actual time zone perfect for the whole world, that can't be done, right? I think that this time seems probably pretty good. I mean, maybe this is, I guess, a little bit brutal, probably on players in my time zone, being 1 a.m. releases. I mean, that's compared to the 4 a.m. releases and stuff like that. I feel like this 1 a.m. release time, to me, I've got no problem with this whatsoever. I think it's good. And, you know, a change like that to get both Global and JP releasing stuff at the same time, I think is awesome. So I think that this is kind of like a huge W moment that I really wanted to highlight, which looks really, really good. One other thing I want to pull up, I want to just kind of cover some of the main parts of this update that aren't necessarily just like new events or new missions. The next thing I want to talk about is this. All right, this right here. So this is Pettan. I've heard a lot of people say they do not enjoy Pettan. I've seen many people want to say that Pettan is the worst mode in Dokkan. Personally, I think that's hoppycock. I think that's ridiculous. I think it's absurd to say that. Just because Pettan is simply no more than just like legend adventures. You just hop in, you set a couple of characters. Like, this is barely even content, and it is certainly not the worst mode. I don't think you could even compare it negatively to World Tournament. I just don't think that's fair to Pettan. This looks like potentially a way for players to get missing Pettan units. So I've seen a lot of people will say, like what I just said, where like I don't see how you could even say it's the worst. A lot of people will, use the rebuttal though, but that it's a collection thing. And it's like, once people miss a couple of the cards and then they just feel like they lose interest because they've lost cards. We'll see what this is going to look like in terms of actually allowing players to potentially be able to pick up old cards. I think that's going to be good if there are Pettan units that you missed. So I do think that this is, kind of putting, like, this video, we're focusing on sort of like the positive updates that seem to be coming out from the positive updates coming from the global sync, right? Seems like that's going to be very good right there. So, okay, we have this. Now, this literally just dropped 4 minutes ago while I've been recording this video. These 10th anniversary missions are live. I will go ahead and make a quick tweet. Okay, so as part of these 10th anniversary coin missions, again, all of this should be live on Global just as soon as the maintenance ends. They're just I think it's the last maintenance to just get shit ready with GP. It's not, no, it's not really a Global shaft. If Global was in maintenance when EZA Super Gogeta, landed, that's a Global shaft, sure. But the maintenance isn't going to last until then, so it's not actually like, oh my god. If Global was delayed even 1 second getting EZA Super Gogeta, I will officially dub that a Global shaft. But if that's not the case, it's all good. It's all good. So this first round of missions is the entire month of October. And then we have unlimited attempts for all red zones and Supreme Magnificent Battles forever? Apparently forever? We're going to do these missions in a separate video, I guess, next. This is going to be one of those days where I upload 15 videos. It just is what it is. Okay. So, we have to use these characters for the missions. So, starting with STR Broly, up to the 2nd anniversary. Not including in LR Gohan, though. Because in LR Gohan is like a shadow 2nd anniversary character. We're going to do a full video on this next. Alright, other thing we got to talk about is this. Now, I'm going to go way more in-depth on this once Global gets out of their maintenance. Once Global is out of their maintenance, that's when we'll go way more in-depth on this, right? Because it looks like what they're doing is characters with different abilities between the Japanese and overseas versions. So obviously overseas versions is Global. They are going to unify a lot of these characters, right? Now, it does say rarity, type, and links will not be changed. So, if we look in here, it's kind of a mess. But, like, Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku and Pikkon are in here, right? Like, there's, like, the Angel Cell, Angel Frieza, Angel Goku. It's just all, dude, it's a lot. There's a lot of characters in here, right? That it looks like they're going to be, it just adjusted to be the same on both versions, which I think is exactly what they should do. Now, again, we're going to probably just do a video going over all these characters, but, I mean, if we could take a look. So this is the JP version. This is the global version right now, right? So, like, the global version, you know, 3 key and then the 3,000 attack per orb. Yeah. Like now it's the same. Like, physical Goku Black. Goku Black never had this in base. Global did. Goku Black never had that. So this was just added with this update to make the characters the same. Now, I think Global's actually is still a little bit better. I mean, I guess it does suck a little bit, because if we take a look at... Super Easy, yep. And Super Easy, yep. Global's does appear to be slightly better still. But... JP... yeah, so... I don't, like, it's... these stats on this wiki, I think, are wrong. But... they did... I think they changed the Japanese version stats a little bit. I guess what I could do is... I'll just pull up my own video. Oh, I did make a Super Easy playlist. Let me just... Hold on. All right, again, guys, we're going to look at this a little bit more in depth once Global gets out of their maintenance. This is the stats right now on JP. I'm on my account. Now, look at what his stats were when I dropped this video. June 13th. Notice, look at the stat difference. Defense is the same. See? Defense is the same. Look at the attack is lower. The attack actually went down. And then HP is higher. You see that? So, we'll have to look at what the global version looks like once the global maintenance is done. That's why we're gonna cover that, like this whole part, a lot more in depth once global is out of its maintenance there, to sort of see, you know, exactly what a lot of these differences are with these characters. This should be pretty good though, because there were 2 characters in particular who were destined for death on global. These 2 right here were because their stat spread. There's a formula Dokkan uses for the stat spread for EZA characters, and it was broken for the global iterations of these 2 characters, Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku and Pikkon, because it's their base stats were way too high. You know, that was the issue with them. So with this adjustment, you know, hopefully stats will be changed to, you know, allow these characters, when they EZA in both versions, to potentially be a little bit more effective. So there we go. Again, it's going to be a busy night. There's a lot of shit going on. Global should be out of their maintenance in about 40 minutes or so. A lot of good, positive stuff happening with the sync right now.